do this.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning on 93.3 KZOZ.
So senior pranks are coming up. People are going to be, getting ready to graduate high school, and I was a part of one. It was pretty innocent. We saran wrapped my teacher's car with this big, huge saran wrap that we got from Costco, and she was like 5 foot and nothing. So watching her, somebody had pictures of her carrying this huge ball of saran wrap because she just rolled it into a big ball. That was great. That actually made it in the yearbook the next year. Which I don't even think that would fly anymore because that would be like setting a bad example.
No. Randy Weingarten's too powerful to allow that to take place on her watch.
So this 17-year-old student at Baker High School in New York was arrested for a stunt he pulled last month. He sent a fax posing as his principal, announcing that he was resigning.
I like this.
I do too.
Why is this harmful?
I don't know. He went and faked email accounts to the school, letterhead. The problem was when he did the fax, how he got caught was for some reason he put his own cell phone number on there. I don't really know why. The return fax number was his cell phone number, and they were able to get him. But he sent it to the administration. He sent it to the parents. He just randomly sent it to a bunch of people, and they all thought the principal was going to quit. Everybody was all up in arms. And so they start looking into it, and they found out it's this kid. And then as they look in a little bit more, then they discovered that he created all these different fake accounts, and that he also used the accounts to try to get another student in trouble.
Okay. That's where it probably went south. By the eyes of the law.
And then there was some girls that he was, with these fake accounts, he was trying to get private information on that were at the school.
See, it got too easy to get the principals, and they're like, look what else I could do with this. I could get this guy in trouble. I hate this guy. Also, I think Cindy and Melanie and Jill are hot, and I could find out some information about them. Yeah, I can see. Yeah.
So it starts off pretty funny because he's going after his principal, and it's a harmless joke. Yet then we find out that he's kind of a creep and a troublemaker, and he's been charged with 2 counts of criminal impersonation.
Well, good news is he's got a future with either the FBI or the CIA as it stands today. Right?
Or prison. Or prison. Because when you get into the real world and you do this kind of stuff, and,
no, you could just become a part of the...
Oh, unless he joins the Biden administration.
ruling class. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You could just become part of the ruling class.
Yeah. If he's in the Biden administration, they promote you for this kind of stuff.
Yeah. It's never been the Biden administration. It's always been the Obama administration, okay?
Let's get that straight.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
So Jeff has got 8 things. And I would say these are 8 things that are important if you want to be with somebody and they have a dog. So maybe you get ahead of the game and prepare yourself. I don't know what these 8 things are, but that way, you know what the dog likes. Like I would always just bring some like little cookies. That'd be the first thing I would do. I'd go to a pet store, get a little cookies in a Ziploc bag or some hot dog and cut it up, keep it in my pocket.
It's interesting because not all dogs are treat motivated.
Oh, what?
No, our dog is not. Our dog is not.
So if you handed him something, he's a finicky eater? Is that what you're saying?
No, he's not that. He's not that. And if I have something that I want to give him a treat, like the other night we made pork loin, and there was some left over, and I diced it up into little pieces, and I was teaching him how to sit and lay down and all that stuff. He's down for that. But he also, if I tell him to go away, he'll go away. And he's more affection motivated than anything else. Like if you're like, hey, come here, give me a hug, he'd give you a hug over.
Yeah, but if he doesn't know me and I come over to the house, he starts barking, and I have little chopped up hot dogs in my pocket. I'm just saying.
Remember my friend Jeff? The one that got busted for boating
Foley?
under the influence. Yeah.
Oh, did you not want me to say his name? He lives in another state. What is his boat called? Wet Dreams? God. He was such a douchebag.
Serious. And it got him in trouble over the years and all.
How'd you end up friends with that guy? Did you go to high school with him or something?
No, you're just friends with people in school because you go to school with them. I mean, that's why, And Rainier, you knew, is a really good dog. Good judgment of character. Hated Jeff. Like whenever Jeff would come around, would growl furiously.
I never saw your dog growl at anything but a cat.
Yeah. That's one of the signs. I'd never seen him growl at anybody except for Jeff, and that's when I knew, okay, Jeff's bad news. I gotta sever this tie with Jeff right now. If they growl or show their teeth, then that dog is dedicated to protecting you,
right?
And sees that person as a threat, and there's a reason why. Dogs have heightened senses, right?
Sure.
So intuition should be one of those senses.
Dogs aren't always right. I mean, you watch that Cesar Millan show. He's got to whip them into shape sometimes. But okay.
I love all reality TV. I'm
so bored with the writing.
If when you come around, if when you come around, their dog starts wagging its tail and happy to see you, then that's a good sign for you.
Yeah.
If the dog's ears tuck back, that's a bad sign for you.
I hope somebody's paying attention here. Are you writing this down, ladies? Some guy comes over, the ears go back, flag.
If they come up to you and give you a nice little sweet lick, like good a little kiss, puppy kisses, they're open to playing fetch with you.
Oh, okay.
When your date picks you up and invites you and your dog to go get some ice cream, they look in the back seat to see what side the dog sits on. And if he's sitting on your side, that's a good sign.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which I would never have even thought that. They greet him at the door, and these next two are the ones that I don't.
What if he jumps up and hits you right between the legs?
Okay, so then I'm going to pivot to the one I was not going to talk about and save for last. They sniff your partner's crotch. That is a good sign.
Oh, it is. Okay.
A polite sniff of the crotch is an overwhelming stamp of approval.
Oh, okay.
A crotch bite, though, is not good.
Well,
for
these are obvious
involved.
negatives. But I have a friend that comes over, and every time he comes over, George never jumps on anybody, but he goes right for, and for some reason, he gets his feet going forward and hits him right between the legs. Every time. I'm like, oh, come on, man.
And this is a tough one. The solo walk test. So this is what your tango, I'm guessing, is more geared towards women than men. They say that you should send the person that is coming over to hang out with you, the person you're dating, to go take the dog for a walk. And if the dog walks them, then they're not the right person because the dog does not respect them. If the person walks the dog, then, keeps them under control on the leash, is having a good time. It means that the person that you're dating exudes strength and confidence.
Okay. What if the dog is behind him? Is that just a bulldog?
Is that what your dog does?
Yeah, he's always just behind me like, come on. I'm like, come on, man, let's go faster. It's supposed to be a workout.
Oh, God, I hate walking my dog. My dog is great because he stays by my side no matter what. Mm-hmm. There are some birds fishing for worms the other day because we had so much rain. And he's out there and he sees the birds and he stops at them. I'm like, hey, nope, don't go over there. Don't go chasing those birds.
Is he on a leash when you walk him?
No, this was in our backyard.
Oh, just backyard.
And he stopped. He stopped. When I put him on a leash, because I have to put him on a leash because of the neighborhood, you don't know what you're going to run into.
Oh, yeah, I always walk my dog on a leash.
Yeah, you have to put
You never know when they're going to see something and take off running after it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm pretty sure that he'd do better off the leash than he does on the leash.
George hates the leash.
I hate walking.
He puts his head down. He thinks he's like in trouble. I'm like, you're not in trouble. Let's just walk. Just walk, you stupid head case.
Yeah, my dog tries to break out of that leash all the time,
the leash?
and it's like it's more of a constriction thing than anything else. Gets excited to go, but then is like he's just the worst.
So let's
on the
recap.
leash.
All right, growling is bad. Sniffing is good. Licking is good. A
Crotch
sniff,
is great.
A lick, a crotch. Those are the three good things.
Fetch.
And a wagging tail.
And they greet him at the door with happy, not barking.
Yeah,
if they
tails
greet
are
him at the door and they're happy and they're not barking. So there you go. Your dog should be able to pick the ideal mate for you.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. Listen online at kzoz.com.
So this is something we've been talking about for a while. I guess maybe I've been talking about it more than you have because I'm more on board with it than you are. But now 30% of CEOs are joining the good fight to go away from a 5-day work week. 30% of CEOs are now saying they're good with a 4-day work week. They pulled 100. I mean, that's a pretty good number. You pull 130%, say seriously thinking about shifting
30.
away from a 5-day work week.
So
Go to a
30%
4.
of those CEOs, not the majority.
No, but hey,
I like your
time.
Gavin Newsom
It takes
framing
time.
of statistics here.
Yeah, we're not. It's a good sign. It's a good sign.
It's 30% of 100, which is a very small sample size, but that's fine. And then also it's 30%, so it's the minority number.
I'm just so
of
surprised somebody who's such a big family man wouldn't want to spend one extra day with his family instead of at the office.
Well, how about this? Have it be conducive. Don't make it umbrella. It's like no two jobs are the same.
Nobody's making
So,
an umbrella.
But you are, once you get the states involved, writing the laws on it. Like let the market decide. We never let the market decide anything. And
This is the market deciding. It's not the state. They went to CEOs, and 30% of them said, "Yeah, we're considering going to a 4-day work week, and we probably will."
Okay.
That is the market deciding,
And
I'm on board with that.
The market.
I don't believe there
That's
should
the
be any
market
laws.
deciding.
I don't want Newsom coming down and say, "Okay, you can only be open." That doesn't make sense. But
My job allows me to spend time with my family because they allow for a flexible work schedule. And that's probably what keeps me here because I need to pay. But so the market has decided in that instance, why not some kind of hybrid option where you're not. See, the problem is once we allow the states to come in and say, and boy, you better believe California is going to be there on the forefront because they love to do this kind of crap. And they're going to say, well, we mandate that people only work 32 hours a week. And then it's like, well, then you're hamstrung. If you're a business doing business here that requires workers to turn in 40, if not more hours a week, then you're like, okay, well, I guess we got to move to Texas, which is a problem that we're up against anyways in this state. So then the tax revenue falls on the shoulders of its citizens and not so much on the corporations.
I'm talking about 4-day work weeks. I don't know what tangent you're going off on.
It has bigger implications.
No,
that's
it doesn't.
What the
You let the
tangent is.
marketplace decide. If a business wants to work 4 days a week, they'll work 4 days a week. We don't need the government coming down and telling us what days we can and what days we
Right.
can't work. There's
But the
7
government
days
is
in a
gonna
week.
try to get in
Some
on it.
businesses have to work on the weekends. They thrive. That's their business model. Other people work Wednesday through Sunday. A lot of people work Monday through Friday. A poll in November asked people if they'd be willing to work 10-hour days, 4 days a week. 77% of them said yes, they would. It would have a positive impact on their life. 4/10. I don't know why we're not doing it now. So many other countries.
I had a
have-
job. I worked 4 10s at a job. I loved it. I loved having the 3 days off. I really did. It was a college job, which made it hard, but I also worked overnights, graveyard shifts, so I was able to get my studies done while working.
I don't know how this job would work 4 days a week. What day would we take off? Would we take Friday off or would we take Monday off?
I don't think we would. I don't think we would take that day. I don't think we would be.
See,
Based on those numbers that you gave me.
are you telling me you're not capable of thinking, or are you just being stubborn? I'm saying if they said we're going to give you either a Friday or a Monday off, what would it be?
I don't think it works in our business model
Sure it does.
because you can will it to happen.
How does it work on Saturday and Sunday? How does it work on a 3-day weekend? exactly.
But no, you're talking about every single week now, and you're only
Yes,
talking about
it's just a new
30%.
model.
What about
It's
the
just a
other
new model.
70%? What about the other 70% of people that would be working 5 days a week?
What other 70%?
Those are the people that we speak to. We speak to people that work 5 days a week.
Okay. I'm not going to argue with it about it. I just asked you what day you would take.
I would take Wednesday. I've told
You're
you
what's
this.
holding us back.
I've told
no,
you-
well,
I've
that
told you
would
this.
nobody's doing Wednesday. You come in Wednesday if you want, no problem. You come in Monday and Friday too if you want.
No, I would want to come in on Monday and Tuesday and Thursday and Friday, and I want that Wednesday.
I
off.
wouldn't really care if it's a Friday or a Monday, even though I think I would prefer. It's so hard. Friday, Monday.
I would choose Friday if those were my two options. I would choose Friday over Monday because
Start your weekend early.
the Friday, no, because it seems as if though here on the Central Coast, a lot of people take Fridays off anyways.
Yeah,
like
see, it makes sense.
Like the downtown businesses, they already do this. They're open from 10 to 3, and then they and it's like on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and then they're like, no, we're not gonna be open Monday and Friday. What? Come on, we live in paradise.
30% of CEOs out of 100 surveyed said they are now seriously considering a 4-day work week.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. Listen online at kzoz.com.
Check this out. Now, you worked in the airline industry, and you know how shady these people are. I mean, I know you didn't work for an airline, but you worked for a rental company
worked next
at
to
the
it, yeah.
airport. Car
Work
rental
with
place.
those people, yes.
Yeah, but you're around these people all the time. And I mean, what are your first thoughts when you see a gate agent right where you're going to board the airplane? I know you're not a big fan of flight attendants, even though you thought about being one.
The gate agent?
Yeah, the gate agent that scans your ticket as you walk down the.
Today, I wonder why they're necessary in 2024.
Yeah, why aren't we just? If I could scan my lotto ticket to see if I won any money, why can't I scan my thing to?
whether it's paper or on your phone,
Well, apparently the gate agent is very important because depending on your luggage, they need somebody there to monitor, to police.
That's what it is.
Carry-on luggage. This one passenger, he was flying United. He went up to the deal. They make you weigh your bag randomly sometimes. This isn't where you check your bags, but this is where you actually walk on the airplane. You have to weigh your bag before you getting on. Anyways, he randomly was chosen by the gate agent, put his bag on the scale. Gate agent said, "I'm sorry, it's over." And he's like, "Oh, well, can you check it from here?" And he's like, "No worries, you're good, bro." Gave him a high five. He looked at him and he goes, "How about a tip?"
No.
Yeah.
Are
And
you
so-
serious?
so-
That guy should be fired on the spot.
The guy says, "Well, are you serious?" And he goes, "Yeah." "What about tip?" "I'm letting you go." He goes, "Okay, sure." So he reaches into his wallet, he grabs a $5 and he sets it on the counter. Goes on his way, gets on the airplane.
So there is no, this is what this tells me, that there's no rhyme or reason as to what the weight limit is if you can let it go and look the other way for a $5 bill.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what is their theory when they say, okay, it needs to be under, I don't even know what the weight limit is, 40 pounds. It needs to be under 40 pounds.
I think it's 50. Or maybe it is 40. Maybe it is 40. I don't know.
Let's just say it's 40. They say it needs to be under 40 pounds. There's got to be a reason for that. What's the reason for it? Because obviously there's no reason for it if you can charge an overcharge for an overweight one. And also, if the gate agent's got a side hustle because the company doesn't pay him enough in salary to where he's just like, 42? Come on, here. $5.
This guy would have been this gate agent would have been our dumbass of the day today, but there's no proof on it. So this is where the story goes from here. All right. And this story came from Reddit, by the way. So, it's hard to vet, like, if it's 100% true, but I'm believing this guy. I mean, why would this guy make this story up unless he's really bored and screwed up in the head? But he left him the $5. He got on the plane. It bothered him the whole time. It was his flight home. When he got home, he weighed his bag. His bag was 4 pounds under the weight. So then
that would really
he
chat
filed
my
a complaint. Filed a complaint with United. United has not responded, according to the guy when he shared this experience on Reddit. They told the story online, and then some people started jumping in and saying, listen, a lot of times these weight scales, whether you're at you're checking your bag with the ticket counter, or you're actually up at the gate and you're dealing with a gate agent that asked you to weigh your bag, a lot of times these scales aren't calibrated. So if one is over, request them to weigh it on another scale. They have to.
A second opinion.
Yeah.
You ever see Karate Kid 2?
A long time ago.
You
That's the
probably
one
don't
here he goes to
remember this.
Japan or China or something?
Yeah, he goes to Japan.
Yeah,
he goes
Japan.
to Japan, and Miyagi's nemesis is his nephew or something like that, and he wants to fight Daniel to death. And Daniel exposes his Miyagi's nemesis nephew's business is guys that bring the crops to market in order to sell them. Well, he finds out that he's using faulty weights, so he goes up to one of the weights and he breaks it in half, and because it was made of rubber, not an actual weight, and exposes everybody. And then that's when the old thing. That's exactly what I'm thinking of right now. There needs to be a fight to the death of
Plus,
gate agents
you
and
can also-
airlines.
Yeah. You can also take something out of your bag and, put it in another bag, a check bag. I mean, if you can. Your personal, whatever. But yeah, this guy totally got scammed. $5. And now United is looking into it, but who knows what's going to happen. So
Yeah, of course they're looking into it. Like they're going to really go.
I've never had my
calibrate all
bag
their
weighed
scales.
at the gate, though.
Can't even keep the damn doors or the window panels on the damn planes. You're going to tell me that your main priority is to go calibrate all the scales so the gate agent's not taking a 5? Come on.
Subscribe to the Jeff and Jeremy podcast now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. It's your Central Coast commute-friendly podcast.